A journalist arrested for breaching Greece's privacy laws has appeared in court in Athens. Costas Vaxevanis published the names of 2,000 Greek citizens who have Swiss bank accounts. And the list includes former government ministers as well as businessmen. Let's cross over to John Psaropoulos in Athens. John, so the trial is now underway. It's opened. What are you hearing?
At the moment, Costas Vaxevanis' three lawyers have requested that the charges be thrown out on the grounds that they are vague, that no witnesses have been called and no evidence has been cited. They say that the charges have been shoddily drawn up and that the prosecutors even omitted to stamp the charge sheet with the official Athens prosecutor's office stamp. So at the moment, that's the stage the trial is at. The judge is being called upon to decide that issue. If the charges are thrown out, they may well be brought back in a new form, but at the moment the trial is stuck on that point.
Well, John, the list referred to, in fact, as the Lagarde list is about possible tax evaders in Greece. Just how much of a problem is tax evasion in the country?
Well, the government estimates that it loses roughly 15 billion euro in taxes. 5 billion euro in taxes a year. That's a rough estimate because it's based on the estimate of the economy that is unregulated. The OECD has put that at another 1/3 of the economy over again. The Greek economy this year is about 194 billion euro, so think of another 70 billion euro of that economy going unregulated and untaxed. If anything, 5 billion euro in lost revenue is a conservative estimate. But what the lawyers here have been arguing is that the law cannot, on the one hand, bring people in to pay the taxes that they're trying to avoid paying, and on the other hand, try and gag those journalists who would assist that process.
And what about the government, John? I mean, when we see the trial going on of Costas Vaxevanis, he's charged with possibly charged with breaching Greece's privacy laws. What does this tell us about the government and whether the government is serious in tackling tax evasion in Greece?
Well, the government has a separate track record. This is a trial of a private individual, a private publisher. But the government has actually shown its stand on issues of this kind. A few weeks ago, it dismissed prematurely the head of the state news agency, the ANA, for allegedly, according to his statement, running a story on the Lagarde list and refusing to suppress it. And today there is a strike in state media for the dismissal of two presenters who discussed whether the Justice Minister should resign after he asserted that there was no question of police brutality against 15 anti-racism protesters about 2 weeks ago who were taken into police custody and, according to them, were mistreated. Apparently, doctors' reports the reports of doctors who looked at these 15 detainees after they were released confirmed that they had been mistreated. So the two presenters were discussing whether the Justice Minister should be called to account for his assertions. These two cases are instances of political involvement in freedom of speech, and in these two cases the government has shown that it's willing to take a very tough line.
Right, all right. John Psaropoulos, thank you very much, John.